I am a warrior, I am a fighter. I am a chronic illness survivor. I am my fellow warrior's admirer.
Inspiration for my blood sisters to thrive.
Scuffling with my body to stay alive.
Struggling for the ability to strive.
Conqueror a recurring death race.
Prospering in any case.
I am a warrior, I am a fighter. I am a sickle cell disease survivor. What's up, Cellies? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to do another Confessions of a Warrior. In this one, we are going to talk about our fears about sickle cell and the future of sickle cell. Things that are to come. I just want to say this. I don't really got no personal fears about sickle cell because, like, I'm beating it. And I'm gonna keep beating it until it's time for me to, like, die. Like, so I don't got no personal fears about it.
Sound like me.
But I'll say this. One of my fears is the progression of studies. And them being more invasive and stuff like that so they can find cures and, you know, things like that. And I know that most people in the sickle cell community, they want a cure for sickle cell. They wish for this. But I feel like medicine, research, science can get dangerous when you're doing too much. You're doing a little too much. And also, I'm okay without a cure. I'm cool with the natural cure, the natural way of things. I'm cool with dying. Be managing my sickle cell until I die. I'm good with that. Yeah. But one of my fears is just how things are going to progress, the studies, the things that may happen, stuff like that. I hope that it wouldn't be no like inhumane type things and like the studies being more invasive and stuff like that. I would hope that they don't do that or whatever. But with the way our society going, ain't no telling what's going to happen.
It really don't.
It really ain't no telling. And honestly, a lot of people like I ain't gonna say we because not me, but y'all are asking for cures. Sometimes you get what you ask for, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get something as a result of what you're asking for, but it's not necessarily what you wanted or expected. And I'm good.
Well, but they go get that cure.
I'm good.
And that thing will hit them with some side effects. And they can be walking around here looking like Animal Kingdom pirates. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Some side effects gonna slap them cloud the head. It's rough.
Not the Animal Kingdom pirates.
Boy, that's the ugliest thing I know right now.
Bro, I'm just good on that. Also, just the hospitals and stuff like that get worse with the way that they treat us. Nothing ever being done. Honestly, nobody, like the community, our community, never coming and supporting us whenever things happen. You know what? The only thing I want to do when it comes to sickle cell is create spaces where sickle cell patients can get treatment that doesn't come with a lot of side effects and risks. People who want creating a space for people who kind of have the same mindset as me and they just want to manage their sickle cell until they die, because like death is
the only thing guaranteed.
Exactly. It's gonna happen.
It's death and taxes.
Because even if you get a cure, you still gonna die.
That thing might expedite it, to be honest.
They say the success rate now is 90%.
I ain't care. Man, look at him, man. That thing like a monkey paw, man. You get that thing in there, what you get?
Bruh, these people do not know what you're talking about. You
know how they say, how they say if you talk to a genie and you got to be careful what you ask for.
That's what I was saying. Sometimes you get what you ask for.
You say it, but then
it don't be
like,
what you want.
Like,
it don't be what you thought you needed. Yeah, sometimes you may want something, but it don't be what you need a lot of the times. But at the end of the day, we all don't have the same perspective about sickle cell. And one thing I do really hate is how people who aren't out there like hoping for a cure, and like people who aren't joining this study and that study being made to feel bad because they don't want to do that. Like, I feel like the freedom of choice is what it is. If there are people who don't want to be in studies and they don't want to join different things and they just want to manage their sickle cell until the end of time, if they want to manage their sickle cell until the end of time, that's their business. I don't feel like they should be made to feel bad. Like, I do a lot of things to try and stay healthy, and that's even outside of sickle cell. So that'll be the only health issue that I got to deal with. It's not like people not taking care of themselves and like they neglecting themselves and stuff. They just
don't want
it. They just want to manage their illness how they want to manage it. You can't really be mad at that.
I got a pretty good regimen, I would say, because I get to do.
I do too.
I get to do everything I want, and then I go once a month for my phoresis.
Bro, you got phoresis.
That junk be lit, man. Come back and I'll be regular, except last month. Well, not last month, but a couple of weeks.
No, sometimes you be every month. I mean, sometimes you're gonna have moments because it ain't perfect. It's still a disease that's not perfect. It don't matter really what you do, you're gonna have some issues. And like the stories that I've been hearing about some people who have been getting cured, I've been seeing this one girl on TikTok that says she got cured, but she don't ever like go in detail about it. And I've been following some people's story, and I'm good. I'm just good. I'm good on that.
Okay.
I'm good. Like, I just want to make some money so I'll be able to have access to certain things that can give me, I ain't even gonna say longevity. That's usually the goal for people, but for me, when it happens, it happens. It's just a matter of when, and I don't think about it. I don't care, really. I'm just living. I just want to live my life. Long as I can function, long as I'm good. And even if I get to a point where I can't, like, nothing is working, everything is failing, you just gotta sit down until you
gotta sit down like Thanos.
Until you get up out of there.
Yeah, you gotta sit down like Thanos.
Make sure I'm comfortable. That's it. I'm cool. Don't try to like, if I ever get in a situation, will try to do that. I ain't giving nobody no power of attorney over nothing. I ain't want none of that. If it comes to that, pull the plug. I've slept many nights on the chair suffering, sometimes with medicine, sometimes without medicine. I have had many sleepless nights suffering. I am good. I am not taking my body through all that stuff to possibly get cured. I'm cool. Or to whatever treatment or whatever they might suggest if certain things happen or whatever. Now, I can understand dialysis and stuff like that if you need it, but I'm even trying to avoid that if I can. If I can do certain things to try to avoid that, I am. But if I can't and I gotta do that, then that's what I gotta do. But aside from stuff like that, if I get terminally ill, just let me go. Let me go when I die. Get me cremated. Plant me in a tree where nobody has access to, because I don't want y'all to be bothering me, and let me rest. Don't be going on social media. I miss her so much. Every year when it's
well, your birthday passed, but I'm haunting people.
The birthday. Me too. Go ahead, keep on. I miss her. I miss you. I wish she was still here. I would pop up and be like.
Oh man, just pull up and just have some fun.
Pop up and be like, I am here. What you talking about? I've been watching you this whole time. That's not how it goes.
I know.
I've actually seen spirits, and that's not how it goes. It really doesn't. But I mean, if you believe that that's how it goes, then you can. But I don't. And I've literally seen how it goes. I've literally seen spirits, so I know how it goes. But it ain't what you be wanting it to be. It ain't what you be wanting it to be. And I ain't never wanted it to be. It just happened. But yeah, I feel like that's really the only fear that I have. Like, I don't have any personal fears. I'm just gonna keep living my life, and whatever obstacles I gotta go through as life goes on, I'm gonna get through them, just like how I've been getting through them. But when it comes to, like, as far as medicine and science and how things are evolving and all of these diseases are popping up out of nowhere, and some old diseases returning, and malaria still being a problem even though it was supposed to...
Wait, what? Malaria still kicking?
Yeah. They didn't get rid of that. How you gonna get rid of a disease by creating a disease to get rid of it?
Oh my goodness.
What sense does that make in somebody's mind?
I just thought malaria was gone. I didn't know
it's not gone.
God,
it ain't around here. But it's still in the world.
Where that's I know not to go.
Probably in like countries in Africa and places like that.
Okay.
Like places like that. You said that like it's like better them than me.
No, not like that. Like as soon as you said that, I was like, okay, it's over there in Norway.
Norway?
No way around.
I was gonna say all around people of all the places, Norway.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's my only fear too. And then people in the sickle cell community being taken advantage of because they want to be cured. And I get it. Like, we go through a lot. Like, not just the things that we go through every day, but the things that we have to deal with in the hospital, and also not having support from like your family and stuff, and then always having to hear people telling you what you need to do to cure yourself, or this person created this to cure sickle cell, you should do this to cure sickle cell, whatever. Always having to hear people telling you what you should do to cure it, but when you get sick, they can't even look at you in your eye. You shouldn't even be talking to me. Cause you would never walk up to a cancer patient and be like, you know they got that, you know Dr. Sabi got a pill for that junk, right? You can get rid of that junk. Ain't nobody walking up to no cancer patient and saying that, but they say stuff like that to us. It's weird. And that stuff is only going to get worse, and people are never going to care.
For sure,
I never felt like they were. Even though we gonna keep raising awareness and we gonna keep advocating for ourselves, people are never gonna care. I know that, like, life is terrible sometimes, because it's not always terrible. Sometimes life is amazing, it's fun. Life is terrible sometimes, and I know, you know, we all looking for a little hope for things to get better, but, and I'm not speaking from a place of pessimism, fear, or hopelessness. I've always felt like this. I've always felt this way about sickle cell, even as a kid. Like, I never cared about no cure. Never cared about that. And not even just that, but like a lot of the beliefs, and that's another conversation we can have, but just to touch on it real quick, like the beliefs, like people believe that God gave them sickle cell.
What?
I don't believe that. And that's why I believe what I believe, because I don't believe that sickle cell was created by God. Because I feel like if it was, then it would be easier to cure.
Yeah. It would be way more easier.
And I feel like this like fixation on there being this something out there to cure sickle cell, it got to be some type of herb, some type of plant, some type of something. That whole fixation on that comes from learning about history, and we only got bits and pieces of our history, so we don't even know what's what. Learning about history and knowing that when things were first created, there was a cure for everything. Back then, everything was like a cold, maybe some diarrhea, maybe a fever.
People was dying from diarrhea.
Right. It was stuff
crazy.
like that. And like you said, even back then, people was dying from stuff that was like that.
Stuff that's normal now, they was dying from it back then. Like, I wouldn't
like
say the
it was
common
stuff
cold,
like that.
Yeah, like diarrhea.
Yeah, they was 100% dying from the common cold. They were dying from a lot of stuff. They were dying from a lot of illnesses until medicine started evolving. Now you're not dying per se. They just prolonging your life a little bit, but you ain't really healthy. I don't believe so. I don't believe that. They just prolong your life a little longer when they cure stuff like cancer and stuff like that. You know, some people get cured of cancer and they never get it. And you have some people who get cured
and it come right back.
And it comes back. To me, that's not a cure. And it definitely depends on what you perceive as a cure. But to me, a cure is something that if I get it, I ain't ever gonna have issues with this again. And to me, going from sickle cell disease to sickle cell trait is not a cure. Because you can still have complications with sickle cell trait, except now when you have complications with sickle cell trait and you go to the hospital to get treatment for those complications, they go just gaslight you and be like, there's no way you can be having a crisis, you're cured. There's no way. This is not a crisis. Maybe the pain is in your head. Like, you have to give it some time, and eventually the pain is going to go away. And I'm going to be the type of person that going to headbutt them. Because don't try me. So, yeah, I'm good. I got my little ox rider. Ride that till the wheel fall off, because I don't even think that might probably not be I don't know how long that gonna be here. Don't know how long none of this stuff gonna be here. So, you know, roll with the punches. Keep it moving. Fight just like how I've been doing. And then when that time comes, I'm gonna go out happily.
Yeah. Go big hooting it.
Because death is the only way you gonna get peace. Yeah, people fear it.
I don't understand.
But, you know, they suffer. And you know what? Another thing, too, I be thinking about when we say, like, I be telling people, I hope you get relief. Well, like, when people be sick, I be like, I hope you get relief. And I'm like, relief can be anything. Not necessarily just your crisis goes away. It can literally be you dying. That's relief. And sometimes the stuff that we be saying, we don't really be thinking deep into it, and how it can be different meanings, and we might mean one thing and it can be another.
I think have a plethora of meanings.
Right. So as far as our fears about sickle cell, like I really just fear people with sickle cell being taken advantage of because they're desperate for a cure. And, you know, being put into more studies about different things. And I'm not saying that nothing is wrong with studies. I have been in several studies, but I am picky about what I'm going to do. If it's some medicine, I might try it if I need it. If I don't feel like I need it, I'm not.
Well, I might say yeah.
But when you start talking about like invasive stuff, I'm good.
Yeah, like the last medicine study I did with
hydroxyurea.
Yeah,
You ain't never really been able to do those. I've been pretty good with the medicine studies.
Yeah,
but I don't think I'm gonna do no more. I think with Oxbrighter, my quality of life has improved as much as it can.
I was about to say, they don't even offer me like the medicine studies.
Ain't no need because you get Now that seemed to be
like
not a cure, but like
it helps a lot. Though.
It helps a lot because what is happening?
Pretty much, I go from having regular sickle cell to having a trait most of the time. Then like sometimes I have a bad.
But why? Because they're taking
they're literally cycling out my
right. That's literally the only way.
They're literally just
to get some type of relief, and then that's not.
It's not even 100%.
It's not a cure. It's just a way to manage it. Yeah. And the only reason why you were able to do that is because you had a show. Otherwise, you would be like me.
Yeah. Wow.
You have to die. You have to almost die to get good help around here. Crazy. But I also understand why they don't do phoresis and stuff. Don't think that we ignorant. We know why.
Yeah,
we know different procedures, and we know why they're done, and we know what is being done when they're being done. Like, we know a lot about sickle cell. We're not ignorant. We just decide to deal with it the best way that we can. Like, I'm gonna be picky about what I choose to do, and I have a right to do that because this is my body. And this is my life. So, but if ain't nothing wrong with wanting a cure. We ain't trying to like make it seem like y'all shouldn't want that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I understand because this life, living with sickle cell is hard, but you just kind of have to make it. Get through it the best way that you can.
You gotta find out what
you gotta find your routine, and not always just be waiting on the doctors to tell you what to do and stuff. Like, you can do your own research. You can find certain things. You can find different, like, even though we be saying herbs and vitamins are not cures, but they can help you for some people, because I've tried a lot of things. And they help with a lot of things, but they do not help with the main problem that I have, and that's pain. So, yeah. They start doing a study to inject something that's supposed to take away pain. I'm good.
I can tell you what
I'm good, bro.
Side effects.
That y'all gonna turn into, what the thing is? DC X-Men.
The mutant.
That's y'all gonna turn into the X-Men, bro.
All I ask for is give me one of those arms like Bucky. That's all I want.
I ain't want none of that. That an arm like Bucky. I mean, I want some legs like how Bucky arms.
My legs alright.
My legs ain't alright.
Yeah,
my arms good. They swell up sometimes. They be not sometimes. They be swollen. My elbow be swollen all the time. They hurt sometimes, but they good. All I gotta do is,
Yeah, so you make a good pot of collard greens.
Boy, shut up. You don't mean no collard greens. I would never cook collard greens. I already told you, like, when I leave here, I'm not eating none of that stuff.
I love collard greens, man.
Mama, we've never had a collard green house. Cabbage over collard greens every time.
Oh no. Get some collard greens, either some deer meat or some raccoon.
I like spinach.
I tried spinach for the first time.
I don't like kale though. It make my throat itchy.
I'm trying to think. What does spinach taste? It tastes like another vegetable.
It tastes earthy.
It tastes like,
and I like it in salad because like it gives a layer to the, because when you eat salad, it's just water. Salad is just water.
I don't eat salad.
Vegetables with water in it.
It'd be funny.
Just eat water and cheese and meat.
People look at me like, you don't eat
that
salad.
Really what it is? What, that you eat salad? I don't really like it like that either.
I be like,
because
I don't eat salad. They look at me like,
because of the stuff that's in it. Like, now if it's like one of those like savory salads where they be putting food in that junk, that makes it, that it's taking the health out of it.
I was about to say when they put all the stuff
No, I'm talking about like I've had a salad with fried shrimp, and the way that
sounds fine.
That was good. The way that they orchestrated it was beautiful, and it was so good. And then they had guess what they had as a side? French fries.
Oh yeah, I would take that out.
We gotta go to that restaurant. It's in Monk's Corner.
What restaurant?
We're gonna go, and then we're gonna do a mukbang.
This is a Chinese restaurant?
It's it's like sub salads, stuff like that. We're gonna go there and we're gonna do a mukbang. But yeah, the fries as a side, I was like, I like this. Like they had like the tomatoes at the bottom, but they had them like in slices, and they had them like of course salad is layers.
Yeah,
people make it like that, but I like the whole tomatoes rather than the cherry tomatoes. I don't like them.
I I
mean, they cool.
The only way I eat tomatoes is I eat it like an apple.
Raw. That's the only way I like tomatoes too. I don't like
if I got it on a burger, like I'm just taking the tomatoes off.
Oh, I like it on the burger.
I'm taking them off.
Because it ain't cooked. It's still raw.
I'm still gonna take it off.
Because it ain't cold.
Yeah, because it. Yeah.
because it be a little warm. For
it don't feel right.
It be slimy.
It be a little slimy.
But it depends on where you go.
It do.
Because Wendy's, I don't know how Wendy's be doing their burgers, but that lettuce and that tomato is gonna stay.
We went to Wendy's.
The texture.
And we got our food, and he was like, "How did they get our burgers?" That's so cool. Told me they had a cow.
They had a cow back there. They did. That meat. That was a cow. They cut it right off the cow and fried it.
Yo, hey, people be sleeping on Wendy's got some good food.
Yeah, their food be good. Them chicken nuggets.
Fries?
Yeah.
Them junkies.
Man, Joyce used to eat at Wendy's everything. I done had everything from
Y'all know we used to always, me and you, she had that white van. We used to stay going,
eat at Wendy's all the time. I done had everything from there.
We used to be loaded down in that dang van.
They grew, though, from when we been young, because they used to have that, like, potato and the chili, and the frosty.
I'm so glad they got away from that chili. Cause like, why is you a burger place serving
that chili was nasty.
I'm so glad.
But them burgers, my mama said she don't like their burgers because...
No, they got some burgers.
She don't like it because of why I like it.
What, because they square?
Because, for instance, they like Burger King burgers.
I mean, I like Burger King burgers too, though.
They cool, but I eat Burger King so much, I'm sick of it.
Oh.
But, like, with Burger King burgers, like you said, when you get tomatoes and stuff, it, like, melts into the burger. When Wendy's, you get Wendy's.
Oh, no, Wendy's, they feel like they make it right. Like, they don't let it sit.
Lettuce and tomatoes is going to stay fresh.
It's like this, like, they put it together and stuff, but they don't let it sit.
It's like it don't be having grease.
Yeah, like they probably use an air fryer or something.
People don't. That's why a lot of people don't really like it. But I like Wendy's. I like them natural cut fries. I like that lemonade. Cause I like simple food. I don't like people who be doing too much.
I agree with that.
Food supposed to be simple. Like people be seasoning macaroni. We always get away from what we're supposed to be talking about.
We do. I mean...
But anyways, that's how we feel. Yeah. And like I said, in another video, we'll go into a conversation about the belief system and kind of like what we believe when it comes to the way that society is structured, and when it comes to human evolution and the evolution of medicine and technology and all of those things, and how it ties into religion and why that makes me believe what I believe when it comes to cures. You can sit there and talk to me about them, John, but I don't be buying nothing that you selling. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm good though. I'm good. I'm doing good. It ain't broke, fix it. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But yeah, this one was kind of short. No, it's not. It's like 30 minutes. But yeah, that is about it. Like, we really are, like, our mindsets when it comes to sickle cell is really, like, different. And, like, if you don't really understand why we think the way we think, you will think that we weird or something wrong with us, or we're pessimistic. But we're not. We're realist. Like, I'm realistic about things, and I think about things on a very deep level. And I just don't feel like there's a cure for everything. I don't feel like humans are going to find a cure for everything, because if they did, they would keep destroying things to correct it. And it would keep being a process. But we're going to get into that on another video. We'll talk about that on another video. Because I feel like we don't talk about that either. Like, how sickle cell affects your... how... I ain't going to say affects your belief system, because I feel like most people with sickle cell believe the same thing everybody else believes. But religion and tying it back to our health, basically. Not religion, but like our views on the world, period. We're gonna talk about some stuff like that. So y'all can probably think that we're horrible.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
It's gonna be fun.
We have our way of dealing with this disease.
Oh, man.
And our family is pretty unique. Where we come from is pretty unique. And we just we look at things the way that everybody else do it. When it comes to death, we don't
really
respond to death
like
the
how
way that
normal people
everybody
do.
else do. It's not like the end of the world for us when somebody dies. It's the end of the world for them. That probably was a bad joke to make. I'm trying to joke. I might cut that out, but I might leave it in because I am diabolical. Dark humor. You don't understand it, you don't understand it. I get it. But anyways, thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to comment and let us know what your fears are about sickle cell and like the future of sickle cell and medicine when it comes to sickle cell and treatment and stuff like that. What are your fears about it? And then we'll do a video about our hopes, which will probably go the same way. We'll do a video about our hopes about sickle cell. But also, don't forget to leave topics that y'all want us to cover in the comments, and we will get to them when we get to them. Yeah. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video. Bye! Alright. Before you go, check out our website at cellmatesapparel.com so you can learn more about us and so you can have access to our online Teespring store.